Hey, astronauts, welcome to the Digital Galaxy podcast. Unfortunately, Justin couldn't make it, so I'm going to take the pilot seat again. I'm Jack, the manager.
And I'm Paul, your Wookiee co pilot compatriot. Buckle up because today in episode 3, we are exploring internet bots. The information in this episode comes from Hootsuite, a social media marketing company, the MIT Technology Review, and Imperva, a cybersecurity analysis company. So, Jack, can you explain to our crew what bots are?
Yeah, so according to Imperva, an internet bot is a software application that runs automated tasks over the internet. Tasks run by these bots are typically simple and performed at much higher rates compared to the regular human rate.
There are many types of bots, but for today's discussion, we'll strictly be discussing social media bots. Again, according to Imperva, it's estimated that between 9 and 15% of Twitter accounts are social bots.
Paul and the crew, I found some shocking data.
What'd
So,
you
in
find?
in a May 2020 study by MIT Technology Review that tracked more than 200 million tweets about the coronavirus and COVID-19, just in the month of February, they estimated that 45% to 60% of those tweets were spread by bots. That is insane, right?
That is quite shocking. I'm not gonna lie. I expected a little bit, but yeah, 45 to 60% is kind of nuts.
Yeah.
J- can you explain to the crew, like how something like that affects their social media feeds?
Yeah, so social media bots are used to generate messages, advocate ideas, act as followers, and even as fake accounts that can gain followers themselves. And so this is really crazy because some of these bots have actually been used to, for malicious terms to spread information, but they've also been
Hmm.
used by influencers and different people alike to gain followers that are these bots, not real people. Um,
Hmm.
but they're also being used for the positive way. And so, Paul, do you want to explain how they're used positively?
Yeah, there's a few different ways, but just one example is a news company basically uses them to gather information or just gather posts and to automatically spread that on their Twitter feed or their Facebook page, anything like that. And even Google uses bots to kind of crawl the internet for results and index it later for later searching. So they can be used kind of in both fashions, if you will. And I know social media platforms do too. Can you explain a little bit more about that?
Yeah, they basically do the same thing, but for ads and recommended content. But if you want to learn more about how social media platforms run and why they run ads, please visit episode 2 because we go into that and explain everything. So, but starting in 2009, Facebook introduced algorithms that create what you see on your feed, right? So these algorithms have continued to grow over the last 11 years, which is a very
Hmm.
long time.
A
And
long
and
time.
so everything you've liked, posted, shared has really crafted what you see. And but like so in your feed, right? All of these, posts and advertisements are done by Facebook's algorithms. And so, but these same algorithms are also used by bots, not the exact same data points. However, there's lots of databases that these bots pull from to then
Hmm.
have these automatic discussions and automatic posting and know how to do things. And so it's very, very crazy to see how there's a similarity between how social media platforms work and how bots on these social media platforms work.
Yeah, for sure. Because according to Imperva, social media or social bots can create fake accounts, although this is becoming more difficult as social media networks become more sophisticated, but they can amplify the bot's operator's message and they can generate fake followers and likes. It is difficult to identify and mitigate social bots because they can exhibit very similar behavior to that of real users.
Yeah. So, crew, your feed is loaded with content that has been automatically generated to cater to your liking. Whether that's from groups you follow, family and friends, or even news station accounts, there's bots involved with all of them. And so these bots can be used to infiltrate groups of people and spread certain ideas. And so whether that's, you know, positive information, you know, actual factual information, or that's misinformation, right?
Hmm.
And we all know how quickly and easily that can spread. And so there's actually some, you know, with Twitter and Facebook, they're having a really hard time with this right now because there's
Hmm.
so much misinformation being spread. Um, and so we actually didn't find any specific data on how much misinformation is being spread by bots within the last couple months. However, um, Twitter and Facebook, they've both come out with their own misinformation, you know, kind of groups that try to solve this problem. So it's definitely been acknowledged. So,
I would assume so, because there really isn't any strict regulations on governing like the activity of bots, and I feel like they can play a major role in any online public opinion.
oh yeah, and especially since a lot of posts and social arguments on these platforms are really won by, you know, how many likes, how many reposts,
Hmm.
etc. So it's really interesting to see how, you know, these social media giants kind of solve this problem. And so, anyways, there's really the positives, right, for you is these companies, these news stations, things like that, they can post things on a schedule. They can automatically pull it in, and basically you can see whatever you want to see, right? But then there's also the
Hmm.
negatives of where um, information can be spread, whether that's, you know, factual or you know, wrong, right? It could be spread really
Absolutely.
easily, and especially if it's not checked.
Hmm.
But then there's aren't that many barriers to prevent malicious bots from being set up. And
Hmm.
you know, these bots end up spamming you, etc. And so that overall can, you know, negatively impact your experience. Um, but yeah, that's bots for you.
That is bots. In summary, a social media bot is a software application that runs automated tasks that include generating messages, advocating ideas, and gaining followers on social media platforms.
Don't forget to follow our channels on YouTube, Spotify, Google Podcasts, and iTunes. You can also find this episode in written form on our website, forasocial.com/digital galaxy podcast. This episode was created by Forest Social, a social media app where you are in charge of your data and community. Check it out at forasocial.com. Thanks for coming along on our journey. Till next time.